I'm Dom from Country Chat with Dom here, joined by Brooks Herring here at Country Calling. Hiya, Brooks.
Hey, how's it going?
Absolutely incredible. I mean, looking forward to watching you play later. Absolutely exciting. Just how has it been here so far in the UK?
It's been great. I mean, I'm honored just to be invited to come to another country and to play country music. I've heard so much about the country scene in the UK just blowing up, and it's been awesome to come over here and build and grow an international fan base. It's been awesome.
I mean, to come from, over in the States to come to the UK, I mean, is this your first time here or have you been here before?
This is my third time in the UK. This is my second time coming over here to play. I was here in March and played in London, Manchester, Wolverhampton, Ludlow, and then back in London.
Yeah. When you've, think back to the first time you came to the UK, what's the one thing that really sort of stood out difference-wise, not just in music, obviously include music in that, but in terms of our culture here, in comparison to the US, just in general, what is the sort of differences that you've noticed?
Oh man, I mean, it's catching the train everywhere. I mean, I know there's big cities in the US that have that. I'm not used to that. We don't have that in Nashville.
Yeah.
And so I was, it's like pulling my stuff around, trying to figure out what train to go to and everything. And so I hired a car this time for the first time in the UK. So last night, driving from York to here. On the left side of the road and the right side of the car.
Go on, what was that like for you? What was it like?
It was like, trial by fire, 3.5 hour trip in the middle of the night. Everything's completely backwards than what I'm used to. So that was.
I've got to say, it might have been a bit. Yes, it's darker, but it might have been a bit easier driving at night time because there's less cars on the road here, and there's no pressure of oncoming because the roads here.
I'm glad it was. I mean, it sucked that I was tired, but I'm glad that it was in the middle of the night because there was next to no traffic. So when I was not figuring out the lane or whatever, or the traffic circle or whatever else, there weren't that many people out to get in the way or for me to get in their way.
I mean, I lived over in San Antonio for a good fair few months a couple of years ago, and first time I drove over in Texas, I mean, the roads were so wide, but to me that was almost a detriment because it was like there's so much space in the roads where I'm used to being confined into my lanes. So that was so different for me. But obviously being on the right-hand side of the road, on the left-hand side of the car, I was like, what's all this? You just don't get used to it.
All this room for activities.
Talking a little bit into your background as well. Obviously, you was a U.S. Navy vet, and I've got a lot of members of my family that are military as well. Some currently serving still with like the King's Guard now, and as a signallers, part of the Electricians Corps here in the UK. For yourself, going from working for the U.S. military to then becoming a singer-songwriter, what was that whole journey and that transition like?
Well, first off, tell them I said thank you for their service because
I will do.
I'm able to come over here and do what I'm doing in the UK because of service members from the UK.
Yeah.
It was a weird transition because I've been a songwriter longer than I've been a veteran. I started writing songs when I was 14, but I didn't know anything about the music industry. And when I left the military, I actually I contracted for the Army for a couple of years. Was still playing music in the background. Then I got out and I owned a restaurant for a few years, doing barbecue and still playing music in the background. Then I went to school.
Please tell me you are still doing barbecue though. Please.
My dad still does barbecue. I mean, I can still make some really good barbecue. I just didn't want to do it as a job. I didn't want to do it in a restaurant and do it in bulk for like the masses. I would rather focus my time and energy on one brisket or one butt and just make just an amazing dish. So I like doing it at home still. We got a smoker on the back porch, and I love doing that.
Yeah.
So
going quickly into music because we've got about a minute left.
Yeah.
So out of all the songs you've written from the age of 14, what has been the one sort of standout song or one standout line that you've written down, you've gone into the studio, you've recorded, and you've just thought, this is either deep or this is something that means so much to me, or just something that just stands out to you?
There's a lot of those. I think the first song that I released is a very sad song that I wrote probably 15 years ago, and it was to honor the memory of the men that I lost, the friends that I lost. And I didn't write the song to record it. I didn't write the song to play it for anybody. I wrote the song because of the guilt and the shame that I felt, feeling that I had not given enough and that they were gone, and why did I deserve to be here? And the song's called Why Me?
Yeah.
And it formulated itself into a song, and that's how I got it out. And then I ended up answering that very question. The why me, the why is music. That's why I'm here.
No, I totally get that, and it's an incredible journey. And in terms of what you've done, again, you've thanked my family for the service, and I want to thank you again for your service as well, for what you've done for the US military, for what you've done for the US citizens, and what you're doing currently for the US, the UK, and everyone around the world in terms of your music. It does speak to the hearts of everybody. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here at Country Calling. Thank you so much for being here on UKCountryRadio.com as well. And we definitely need to organise a full chat because there's so much that I'd love to get into.
I'd love to.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you everybody for listening, and I'll see you all later.